Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Esports Arena, where we have already had some wonderful games. It was a bit of a long one in the last map between Hellraisers and Envy, and not for the reasons you might imagine, but we did finally get that closed out, and it was a 2-0 for Hellraisers. Now we're ready for our second series, which of course is going to be Space Soldiers versus North. Snods, what do you think about that?
Well, obviously, Space Soldiers right now doing very well in Season 7 of Pro League. Last season making it all the way through MDL into Season 7, and already, towards the ends of this online season, currently number 2 with 34 points and 16 maps played. Some of these teams have already played 4 more maps, 20 maps for Heroic, 20 maps for G2, for example, and they're 10 points behind.
Yeah, that is very true. And I mean, we're getting into this position now where Space Soldiers, you're sitting there in a comfortable second place, right? They've been looking pretty dominant. It's their debut season of Pro League, but they've been hitting the ground running, just absolutely obliterating any teams. North, there's moments of struggling from them, but you still expect them to actually go toe-for-toe. And I mean, really, this should be quite a close matchup. That's your second and 6th seeded teams right now in terms of the standings, and things could go either way. Yeah,
exactly right. In terms of top 6 making it to the LAN finals, so far online, these teams are both within top 6, as you said. I mean, North right now, let's take a look. 27 points for them, 18 maps played. So they've actually played 2 more maps to Space Soldiers, and they're still behind 7 points. So it really goes to show, actually, how dominant Space Soldiers have been so far.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, let's have a look at the odds as well for this one and get an idea of what Betway think this is going to go down like.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is quite odd.
That's extremely. What's the map as well first? Is it Inferno or Cobble first?
It's Inferno first, then Cobble.
Okay. That can make a bit of sense. Obviously, North, very good team on Inferno. Cobblestone, I think, if that was 2-1.7, Cobble, I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
But these odds are definitely worth taking a gamble on. It is going to be Inferno, but I feel like, it is going to be 1-1. This is very even here. Even those two, the second team versus the 6th team, in terms of the map veto, Inferno is good for both teams, but North, obviously, historically good on that map, especially MSL. Can be towards that B-bomb side. Let's take a look at this already. It's going to be Space Soldiers starting on the CT side.
Yeah, as they get tagged down early, though. This push coming in. North, grouping up outside of B towards top banana as they want to try and cause a bit of fuss on the early push through. There is a smoke dividing these 2 squadrons, though, as they now burst their way out. Xantares looking for a kill, but it's actually Engin that gets the first, and the second Engin eventually goes down into a 3-on-3. Paz, though, of course, takes down Mertz, and Valdi and MSL are the only 2 that actually get the resurgence, but it's now Calyx in a 1v2 with the bombs getting out of there.
Bomb. On the back of Valde, going back in towards the A site. As they have MSL up close here towards Speedway. Catches the corner there from Calyx. And there you have it, 1-0 there for North into this one. Set play towards the B site, the smokes come in, the flashes rain in as well, they swarm the site, and actually go back eventually. Don't fully commit, and a smart decision of that. They knew exactly where the remaining player was from Space Soldiers, they knew they had a 2 versus 1 towards the A site, that was clear. And MSL already towards the bottom banana. Had the advantage in that race towards the A side. It's going to be the force by there across the board. Even Engin, apologies, is going to be fully investing into this one. We know that Space Soldiers is a team that doesn't really rely on that orb. Obviously, Engin can pull it out if he needs to. On Paz as well. But I think it does change depending on the map. But also, 5 players here from North, still alive, coming in towards the A side. There is a 3-man position from Space Soldiers towards B, as we're expecting North to get aggressive towards Banana.
Smoke's going to be lobbed over here towards mid. Flashbangs out as well as they now try and push their way in and go for this stabbing play. Major, close towards Library, but let's see if he can read this team like a book, as Valde gets the first frag. Major as well with a bit of a tag onto the second. Mertz and Co do have site control, but big man Paz wants to try and take him down a notch as he wallbangs on towards Kirby. And it's just AZ and Mertz to the last alive, and they're being punished. The Turkish retake team, as they burst their way back through. It was only Mertz to make a mockery out of him, and he isn't able to. Engin will kill him. That's the defuse as they split the rounds 1 for 1. Off the back of the pistol, North seemed like they would have been able to really steamroll ahead and actually get some momentum going from, but no, Space Soldiers, they step up to the mark, answer the call, and it goes 1-1 now.
Yeah, crazy. Good actual anti-eco coming out from North. It's one of those rounds where you make the right call, but you don't get the right outcome. They go for the arch wrap, they go for the longest range duels possible versus the pistols. They go, come up through middle, smoke off towards quad, come up, smoke off Library. We saw Calyx finding a frag and a dink through the smoke in Library. It's one of those rounds where just nothing goes in your favor there for North. And in the last moments, Mertz in the 1 versus 4 obviously swarmed with that bomb down, but emphasis on the bomb actually going down allows for Kirby to go for the investment into the AK. 3 CZs to finish off the rest of the North buy alongside of Mertz on that Deagle. A lot of the times, as you say a lot, Jack, the AWPers having that transition skill to the pistols with the one shot from the USP or the Deagle. But once again, 4 players towards A here from Space Soldiers, leaving Xantares alone towards B. Has the M4. 1 flashbang, so it does have a Molotov to deny a rush, for example, but can still get the information, get a kill, and then fall back.
Trying to make their play towards close mid here. You've got that utility. Engin just waiting for the face as well. Xantares over at Banana, listening out as they actually do bring the bomb back round and could be walking into the lunatic himself that is Xantares over at the B site. If they do dare to try make their play up Banana, he'll be peeling some heads back with the M4 as he peeks out, gets first contact, realizes there's a lot more there than he wants to try and chew. So we'll go for the nice flashbang on the exit, wait for his teammates to rotate through and try and buy enough time for that easy. Will he go crazy with the CZ? Not today. Mertz with a Deagle will actually kill Xantares though after he only gets 1 frag. So site control's been taken, but they're peppering him through the smoke snods as they actually tag back on the North players. The bomb will eventually go down, and now we get left in the retake where they have to try and really hit him hard and fast. Calyx with that HE blows Mertz out of the server. So there's only 3 Ts remain. Calyx setting up for a Molotov as well. So he'll then chuck that out on the ignition with the rest of his squad when they push around. But MSL, he goes deep, so does Valde, but Paz gets 2. And it's all up to Kirby to clutch. Only 1 frag so far, trying to get the second with the AK, but the smoke will keep him at bay. They need to jump on the bomb. It's now or never. Paz attempted to assist his teammate pass through the smoke for the 3rd. Another round for Space Soldiers there, but goes down to the wire.
Yeah, failed Molotov there towards Pool from Calyx, but it doesn't really matter there anyway. MSL goes for the wide face and lost that duel. And in the 1 versus 3, Kirby found 1, but, lined up the smoke fairly well, actually. I thought there's a chance he could get 1 or 2 kills. Maybe had the slim chance to take it. But Paz through the smoke will find that last frag. So 2-1 now as we head into round number 4. With the Quasi by coming out from North. Just going to be the flashbang from MSL, and apart from that, CZ, Glock there for Mertz, as obviously he's saving for the AWP into the next buy round. But only $3,000 for Mertz, so AWP, Kevlar, no head armor, no utility for him. So North, how are they going to structure themselves into the buy rounds, as it seems fairly set that this one goes in favor of Paz and Space Soldiers.
Paz with a spray early. Huge amounts of damage done. Goes for the reface as well for the back of his own flash, as he'll be able to get himself 2 more frags into the round before it all comes down to Major and Co. that will clean this one up. That's going to be Kali X for the second 2 frags. So he does do the damage that was necessary. Space Soldier's going to win that round. They get themselves a 3rd on the board. This is where North actually have the investment back in their potential, though. So we'll go for the rebuy. Mertz on the AWP. 4 AKs done for the rest of the North squad, but how do they play this?
Good question. How do they play this? Obviously, notoriously difficult for the AWP to have an impact on T side of Inferno. You can get map control towards Banana, peek in, hold the peak, hold for when your teammates get up close. And then obviously you can peek in towards CT, hold CT if you want to go for the contact play in towards the B site. Same goes for A, you peek quad, arch. And usually, oh my goodness, Mertz is still here. Mertz is still firing the shots with the AWP as he finds 1 already. He gets the wallbang there as well onto Engin as he's still alive and kicking. Spots other player there as well. Lands the 2nd tag. And through the smoke, MSL finishes Major off. So crazy wallbangs there from Mertz as he connects the shots. 3-1 scoreline here. Minute 15 left on the clock. But a 5 versus 3, and Engin is still low towards B.
Yeah, there's a ton of damage you've transferred early on there into this round. And now Space Soldier's going to have to work around this. Try and restructure their defense towards the B side. There's a contact face as well from Calyx towards the apartments. The angle is being covered. AZ should be able to find this one very easily. Actually, if he pushes out as well, Valde's still there, so it shouldn't matter. Calyx should die either way, which he will. And now it's just 2 men left, Engin and Paz. They know the A site should be clear from this. They're going to go for a read and test the waters, and Space Soldier should shave.
Should shave?
Should save, rather.
Well, this game is going to go to a close shave at this point. This is going to be 3-2. As the save all come through for Engin and Paz. Mertz doing crazy damage towards that B site. Staying with the aggressive angle towards the tree wood position. Finds the first kill. And then lights up 2 of them through the wall as well. Allowed for MSL to spam the smoke and find the frag onto Major. So we'll go 3-2. And North looking good so far. Obviously, the round pretty much solely won by Mertz in the last one. Space Soldiers having, 4K for Calyx, 4K for Zantara, so they can still buy after this one as long as they save these rifles.
Paz gets the kill on MSL. Does try and stay in it to win it in this one, as he wants to just hold that for fruit in the next round, but isn't allowed. Engin waiting for the face to come towards him as well. Goes for the peek out, but Valde will chop him down. So North now only one round away from equalising the scoreline, but Space Soldiers, they got a little bit of cash to work with, so they will rebuy up into it as they reinvest.
Wow, they will go for the Force. Pass onto the UMP. Okay, so 2 UMPs, 3 M4s as well for the CT buy. The fuse kit for Calyx, they have that to work with into the retake. The HE grenades as well. We're actually connecting fairly effectively in terms of the splash damage. The counter flash will delay the push. The Molotov may have gone down too late.
This push is coming through. Zantares goes for the flick, gets both of those kills in quick succession. That's a nice defense from Zantares there. Engin as well. Now going to try push into the back line and look for a little bit more. Some noise to be made with his UMP. He tags up Mertz, leave him on 75 HP. He has to just try and stay alive. Bomb's going to go down. Kirby and AZ, 2 Ts that are left to support him as well. They do have the bomb plant, but it's going to be a 3 versus 5 retake, and there's tons of utility on Space Soldiers. So it shouldn't be the hardest task in the world.
3 versus 5 then. AZ in the middle of the site finds 2 frags. Eventually treaded out by Calyx. It's Mertz now for 1-for-1. As we see the same scenario as last time. Kirby in the 1 versus 2. The shots through the smoke to rattle off and connect and find the frag and the headshot as well into Engin. And now trying to jump through the smoke, tries to bait for that, expecting Paz to get off the bomb, and he's not wrong. As the spam still connects and the times tick too far, he's done it.
Yeah, Paz can't win this. So they make it work, considering the situation it was in. That looked like it was going to be a round for Space Soldiers, and that's huge from North. I mean, now you've been able to reset them, you leave their economy broken. This puts you in a really, really good position to actually storm ahead from this.
Most likely an eco from Space Soldiers. It's going to be 2.6k over there for Calyx, so in terms of the round loss bonus, what's it going to be now? Were they 3-0 up? I believe that no, they lost the pistol, won the force buy, so it was 3-1. So what's that? 1,400, 1,900, 2.4k. So Calyx can buy an AWP into the next round, but no Kevlar. He's going to have about $5,000. There's some of the AWP onto pads. There's some of the AWPs were backed up by Kevlar. So that may be a 5 rifle setup from Space Soldiers, but then again, we know with the rifles, they're very versatile, they're very comfortable with that. North. Shown. Some presence towards middle, smoke towards quad and a flashbang as well, but they are going to be grouping towards B. They know that Space Soldiers are onto an eco, so they've sort of faked towards A, hoping they could force a stack, which they have. And now their prize is going to be a nearly barren B bomb site as Engin last alive towards Coffin.
Flashes and smokes go over as they want to go for this push in towards B. Engin just going to wait for the oncoming onslaught towards him. Mertz leads the charge. In reality, this should be a quick money-making round. They don't discover Engin, though. They bounded past, didn't actually cut out his head, so he's just lying in wait. He could try to kill MSL here, but instead, eventually detected by AZ. Calyx, Paz, and Major are the only 3 that are left, and Calyx goes down. There goes Paz, and Major won't be alive for too much longer into this one as he eventually gets killed by Mertz. That's a ton of money made for Mertz as well, and another round for North.
Yeah, speaking of money, 4k for Valde, nearly 7,000 as well for Mertz. Orpa with the Mac-10, farming all the cash it seems. Nearly 5k again for Kiabi, so things looking good here for North. So, round number 8, with the buy coming out from Space Soldiers, no AWP, so Calyx not going to run that risk because they're going to be fully buying and investing into utility across the board. No defuse kit as well for Space Soldiers, so North have a strong advantage in the after plan if they do get the bomb down. And Space Soldiers keep stacking the run half of the map, it seems. As they'll be rotating Major back round towards the A site. As we have Calyx towards quad. Paz there towards Arch as well. They are playing for middle. The smoke is still down, but the Molotov going to be extinguished through the smoke.
Oh, here comes the push MSL with a headshot on Calyx. Major from the site has to go huge on the defense. It needs to be absolutely flawless as they swarm around him like sharks in the water. But Paz with a strike! A 3K comes in as he bowls him down. That's tremendous. But the response is there from Valde. Major wants A little bit more damage to be done, though. Gets the backstab on Mertz, and it all comes down to Valde now to clutch it. This is in the 1v2, 50 seconds. A bomb in a recoverable angle, but he needs to get the frags. Too suspecting of a push from Quad, but in reality, Engin faces from by Library and does the damage.
Well, thankfully for Space Soldiers lacking that defuse kit, they have Paz to open up the round for them. From the 5 versus 5 site take from North, where they had their feet on the A site, Paz just strays straight through it, sprays them all down. 4-4 then. And Space Soldiers can't afford to be reset. Look at the money that Space Soldiers have. I mean, $800 for Calyx, $500 for Zentaris as well. Apart from that, if they lose this round, Jack, this could be a 7-4 advantage for North easily on their T side of Inferno, as Mertz picked up to be this aggressive AWPer. He's trying to fill that role, but unfortunately, Zentaris, with the off angle there towards Sandbags, peaks at the perfect time. Finds 2.
Molotov going to come in as well. HE's being rolled out from either team. Engin finds that frag on Valde. Now repositions to a little bit extra as he eventually punishes Kirby. He's the only one alive in this scenario, but he's going to try and make it costly for the Space Soldiers side. Finds a couple of frags. He gets the first, nearly the second, but Paz stays alive on 20 HP, kills him. Grabs an AK for his troubles. And Space Soldiers retake the lead as they eventually get themselves a 5th round, going into a pause now.
You imagine it's a pause from North, as they are on $3,000 across the board. So they can buy up into the next match if they save it, but obviously they allow Space Soldiers to get to 6 already in their CT side, plus a round where they should be able to farm up a lot of cash. I mean, if it is a full eco, 4-5 players staying alive, maybe for Space Soldiers if they just annihilate North without armor. You know, an SMG as well for Calyx to farm up even more money, so it's a hard decision to make here for North.
It is, obviously. Trying to work out what exactly they can switch up, how they can adapt before Space Soldiers start to get momentum. Good job so far, though, delaying rounds and denying a couple of big pickups from Space Soldiers, as they are on the CT side, where you expect them to actually dominate a bit more. So if they can keep this close going into the later stages of the first half, then it'll actually be a pretty competitive game on our hands between these two squads.
Yeah, it's true. Obviously, when you look at the veto on paper, Cobblestone for Space Soldiers, such a strong map. And for North, you know, they're good on Cobble, it's true, but are they Space Soldiers level right now in the current form they're in? You know, number 2 in Pro League, being 2 maps down than Na'Vi, who are at number 1 with 18 maps played. So, it will be the force buy from North, so they are going to be running that risk. Mertz already killed towards Banana, so I imagine he was trying to Molotov the top, flash it, try and keep Space Soldiers leaving 2 players towards B. Maybe, actually, it was a blessing in disguise, which they weren't expecting. As they're going to be sending Space Soldiers' CT side defense into tantrum, into disarray. Where the hell are they going?
North trying to make this play up towards the A site, it seems, after Zentaris went for the backstab down Banana, but he didn't really get the good read. He just got killed and rearmed MSL with a rifle as they push in, but Paz, support of Engin on the crossfire, it should go their way. Paz barely runs out of ammo as he now has to switch to his USP. Went for the aggressive peek there on Kirby, but dies because of it. Valde nearly with a frag on Major. But you're left with just one man, Kirby now, in a 1v2, 40 seconds on the clock. Gonna flash over, try and make them believe he's going out a balcony into pit so we can go for the backstab instead through Boiler on Calyx. And he has no idea. Trigger Discipline on display, gets the dink but not the frag. Leaves him on 1 HP.
Oh my god.
And now he's got to run back through and try and go for his true play on the site. 25 seconds as he leaps down. Still armed with only the CZ, goes for an AK pickup instead before he went for the bomb plant. This gives Calyx just enough time to get over by close balcony though. And now when he goes for the bomb plant, Calyx can strike. As his downfall was trying to get the AK there, unfortunate for him. But a huge round for Space Soldiers, they keep themselves in it to win it. The dink from the CZ as well, you'd have thought that'd been the kill.
Yeah, playing that one so well. You saw over-rotating, or out-rotating Space Soldiers in the 1 versus 2. If he had a few more bullets in that CZ, I mean, Paz or Engin, not sure which player it was, only had 8 HP, so you had 2 extra bullets to the chamber, and that could have been a 5-5 scoreline, but they go for the force in the last one. They're full short. 6-4 now for Space Soldiers. Oh my goodness, the flash towards second mid spots them all. As the bomb has now been seen towards the A side, they're going to be leaving Zentaris alone towards B once again. Actually, no, Engin instead is going to be joining the ranks here, so passive play from Space Soldiers. They know all the information they need to find.
Yeah, they've got a good read in the early stages, and as much as they give Valde an M4, let's see how it affects them. As they get ready for an A play, MSL going to pop flash over the rest of his teammates lying in wait as they'll then burst out of balcony. So MSL instead redraws his CZ for the meantime. That's going to be the flash, then it'll be the burst out of balcony, and they need to be ready for it. Calyx is going to be so huge in this moment, as he should mow them down with the M4 as they burst out. They won't suspect it. Gets the first, that's the M4 out commission. Paz with the second, Calyx with another one as well. Engin with the final shot on MSL. The Space Soldiers win the round.
Gosh, that is such a good angle to play towards Graveyard. Play the off angle. Don't expose your head towards quad or towards the apps itself. The only way you spot players if they jump in towards pit. You know, you find one frag there, you peek up, kill a player quad as well. Very good to go 2 for 1. After the risky force buy from North, not really prevailing for them. The wins have settled down now. 7-4. Round number 12. Orb for Mertz once again. He's been, trying to get that pick towards Banana at his very best. Obviously, he found 2 frags essentially in the first time he did it. He lost his head to Zentaros in the last round, and maybe again. Zentaros with the forward position will be spotted out there towards the bench. But Paz will find 1 or 2 MSL as well, so the trade frag is there, but Paz down to 4 HP. Oh, I've done the same mistake. Paz down to 9 HP.
Yeah, I know, the little number catches off guard if you glance.
It does.
Calyx though, as he pushes down, just going to hold him the close angle with support of Engin. Molotov goes in, so she force comes back, but he has the smoke. He'll extinguish it. Kirby knows, focuses on the left-hand side, readjusts his aim to kill Engin. The expose there from Calyx as well, but Kirby just gets himself a double kill, leaving it all on Major, and Paz to try clutch it out. The economy Space Soldiers isn't too phenomenal, so let's see how they actually opt to play this one. As the rotate comes around, they realize it is a true play on B. Paz as well. Cuts off the rotate for AZ though, so it now falls into a 2 versus 3. Major close in the smoke. Kirby wants to try kill him. Barely missing the shots with the AK. Mertz only down to 9 HP as well. 19 rather, as he gets tagged through the smoke there. And Major's just trying to keep them busy, keep them on their toes. If they can play for exit frags at least, really draw out as many firearms as they can going into the next round, this will still be quite good for Space Soldiers, but a 5th round will be claimed for North.
Important as well that Space Soldiers do save these 2 M4s. They have $7,000 for Calyx. It will go to about 8,000 and a bit extra. Major playing for extra kills, trying to dent the money against North as much as possible as the bomb will be exploding. Found 1 kill. Oh, they're going to be trading that one out. So 1 player surviving, that's Paz. So Paz can drop over to Major. Engine can buy. Calyx can drop over to Zentaras. So it is going to be a full buy here for the CT side into round number 13. So far the T side from North gaining 5 rounds. And it's really the CT side we see a lot of the bulk of their rounds, especially towards Banana. KRB MSL so strong at defending that position. A lot of the times MSL leaving KRB alone. He knows that he's a very confident player, a player that can be left alone to his own demise and his own devices. And still provide the goods. So, Galil from MSL, 4 AKs as well. So actually, Major playing for the exit frag did find weakened firepower for North, so that was maybe worth it. But 2 players towards Banana. Mertz, the AWPer, playing towards Vietnam, playing towards T-Stairs. Then you have the remaining 2 players outside second mid, maybe going for apps control, but the bomb will be retrieved. It may be a B execution here on the cards.
They now go for this push towards the B site. Flashbang goes through. There's a little gap in the smoke as well, so they try to peer in, see if they can get a read against the Space Soldiers defense. Engin's still going to be able to use the angle he's in. Major rotates over as well, suspecting this will be the true play. There's a minute left on the clock. Zentaras takes a ton of damage though, as he tries to hold towards the back of the bomb site. That must have been a nade that took off a lot of his HP early. Engin still waiting for the push with support of Zentaras. Major by close garden. As they wait for this push to come through. There are the smokes, there's the flashbangs, and here comes the entry with Engin. No one suspects him. So he's able to fire down, but it's only 1 frag now. Zentaras and Coke need to go huge to defend this. Major with a peek. Just damage, no real frags, but Zentaras allowed to face out. Exhilarating stuff as he gets 2. Major to close it out. Zentaras gets his further round as well. And Space Soldiers grab another. Going 8-5 now. 2 rounds left to decide where this one goes. And this should be 9-5 at the very minimum.
So crisp there from Zentaras. The spray transfer perfectly connecting the headshot onto the player, only revealing his head in towards Pool. But as you said, this is poised to maybe go 9-5, but North, they don't want any of that one. They're not going to be saving here and trying to salvage themselves back from a 9-5 deficit. They're going to go for the force buy. And this is risky. Upgraded pistols across the board, barring AZ's UMP. Utility is decent, so they can maybe go for an apps burst with the pistols and try and swarm onto this A-bomb site. But so far, Calyx Paz has been very good against the apartments play that North have done earlier on. There's now a bit of a stalemate here. Still going to be 3 players towards A, 2 towards B from Space Soldiers. As the grenade goes in, does some splash damage, but the round only begins now.
Here comes the push. Major so blind to play anti-flash, and he's just able to find those frags. No one really cleared it. Valde with the first kill into the round, tries to grab himself an AK to at least try and annihilate a few more members of Space Soldiers, but that is 9-5. And because they went for the force buy, running a risky round from North there into the prior one, it means they're not going to have an actual buyout at all going into the last round of the half. This is going to be a 10-5 scoreline, Sods, unless something crazy comes out from North.
Yeah, I mean, they've gone for the double force buy. Maybe they thought, okay, if we save into round number 14, our 15th round buy isn't going to be that good anyway. So let's run the risk. Let's go for 2 forces. If we win the last round with the UMP onto AZ in the CZs across the board, maybe we can make it an 8-7, right? Get a close half. But no. Remember, North won the pistol, and Space Soldiers force bought and won it back. And ever since then, it's gone in their favor. 9-5 now as they go for the same mid play, but this time there's no crossfire. Instead, Major towards long will find 1 frag, and it's a 4 versus 4.
This isn't going well as well because Calyx got dinked. Major's actually having to be the real major lifeline for them. Eventually slain by the Deagle and Mertz, and it falls into a 2v2. Xantares and Engin. They can be incredible in terms of their individual ability when it comes to this retake, but let's see if it's going to work out well. AZ and Valde, the last 2 men alive on the side of North as they play from the defensive angle. Xantares is going to peek round. Goes for the first space, spots up the head of AZ, leaves him dead, lays to waste to Valde as well. And that is a 10-5 scoreline. You can always count on Xantares.
Yeah, very true. Extremely consistent player for the amount of frags and, impact he really has. Oh, 10-5 half. It's a fish on the screen.
We do. And interestingly enough, Snods, that might be a small fish in front of you, but did you know the largest koi fish ever recorded was a whopping 4 feet long and 91 pounds in weight?
What? Really?
Yeah. That monster-sized fish as well was then later sold on to a koi carp enthusiast whose name was Jeffrey Lawton. And when she received the fish, she named it Big Girl.
You say she?
Yeah, the fish was a she.
Okay. Yeah, it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Lawton, of course.
Yeah, you have me a bit confused there, mate.
Yeah, and interestingly enough as well, one of the reasons why they grow so big, right, is because koi fish are omnivores, and they will eat literally just about anything you give them, including lettuce and watermelon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know what? I didn't expect... who was it that bought the fish?
Jeffrey Lawton.
I wasn't expecting like an American English name, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were into that so much.
Yeah, he's a koi carp
fish.
enthusiast. Yeah. It's actually quite interesting
That's
as
been
well.
expensive,
because,
right?
Yeah, I mean they are quite rare fish. Well, there's a load of them though.
Oh wow.
Very, very sparkly stuff. But the fact is as well, Snods, right? One of the reasons why they're so colourful, it actually makes them really, really hard to survive in the wild because they attract a lot of predators, such as cats, birds of prey, and raccoons, interestingly enough, because obviously it's really easy to spot them.
That is true. Wow, well, there you go. Force bred to be more colourful. Sometimes being dull is better.
It's true. Keeps you safe from the raccoons. Well, let's see how this push is going to go. AZ. Is he going to rocket into the round? Damage is early done. Xantares with a frag on Kirby. Calyx and Major as well, keeping on their toes over at this bomb site towards apartments as they're playing a very up close and personal setup. If MSL dies as well here, that is B completely given away for free. He doesn't have a smoke, only a flash. And that is the one kit that would be dropped on the ground.
Ooh. Like it's a nice shot. That one as well from Mertz. 3 versus 4. As the flash from MSL did connect. But so does the headshot from Major onto Valde as he comes in towards the ace site. Might not be expecting the play here towards Pin, and he wasn't. It will be Mertz there to find the near final frag as now Engin in the 1 versus 2. He knows that MSL's towards B. He knows that AZ is towards A. But who would you rather fight? MSL with no Kevlar or AZ with USP and armor?
Well, MSL, all things considered towards this B site, he's really been putting up a good defense. He was able to go toe-to-toe with Antares there, tackled him, and forced the reshuffle, and basically the downfall of Space Soldiers into this round. But Engin, can he save it? He's a crisp lunatic when it comes to these USPs. He can be a bit of a dominant force. Let's see if he can get the shots off right now as he creeps around MSL. He goes for the extension, detects him, MSL will kill him. And MSL saves them the round and actually gets the second pistol for North.
Yeah, played it well there, you saw. Playing passive towards the back boxes. Spots out Engin. Relays the information over and lands the shot as well. 6-10. As North now win both pistols on Inferno. And they are still behind 4 rounds though. As the bomb was not planted by Space Soldiers, they are going to be going for the full investment here. For all 5 players go for the force buys. They are going to be lighting things up towards Banana. Kiabi finds 1 second as well with that MP9. It seems like this may be force by victory, or anti-force by victory, should we say, for North. And obviously Space Soldiers then eco into the next one, so North may be poised to get to 8 here at this point.
Space Soldiers backing off, though, after the first contact over towards the B site, as they will reposition instead. Engin going to be the only one that holds. Calyx and Paz fall back towards close T-steps. North should be able to find all these rounds, really. It was quite a heavy SMG investment, though. You've gone for 4 SMGs, only the 1 M4 and AZ. So you're risking it a little bit.
Yeah, at least they got the 1 M4, though. Obviously, for Envious earlier, or NV now, apologies, going for the 5 SMG by each and every time. We saw them actually lose a few anti-pistol rounds because of that. But obviously Space Soldiers not getting the bomb planted in the last round means they were expecting the force here, so these SMGs into the next round, if they do win it, will be so strong versus the eco. Then again, they still have to deal with Kiabi. He's gone down as well with no impact into this one, so even though it was a 5 versus 3, suddenly we're all tied up.
Space Soldiers fighting through with galactic power at that one, as the pistols were just phenomenal. Blowing down their opposition in seconds. Engin on the close angle as well with the CZ. Oh, but Paz has already done the damage with the Deagle. Engin couldn't slay him, but it doesn't matter. Paz, he's had a 3K. All hot shots with the Deagle, as he wants to show just how effective he can be into this roster. Valden over the backstab kills Paz. He might be running into his demise, though. Calyx with a CZ eventually will kill him as he finds that shot. And somehow Space Soldiers, once again, they'll concede the pistol. You'll say, you know what, you can have that. But then they'll bite back.
Yeah, it's just a strange fashion as well. Kiabi finds 2 frags early on. MSL, Kiabi playing so passive towards that B site. They allow Space Soldiers to walk all the way up. They expect MSL to be towards CT. They find that frag instantly. Then Kiabi playing so passive, he allows him just to walk up close, pre-fire that angle at the back boxes. Oof, Jesus. Rounds the Tigers one onto Calyx. He goes for more, but eventually will be silenced.
Yeah, Mert's trying to murk him there as he got 1. Went for the second, leaves Calyx dented down to 34 HP. So it's a pretty good start for North, as that scout transfers so much damage in early. Leaves you with not too much lifeline left, so when you actually do get tagged by a pistol, you can be dropped pretty quickly. As they group up, they'll go for a play over towards the A site. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock as they get themselves ready for this attack. But can North actually defend against it? AZ and Valde playing the crossfire. AZ gets tagged. Oh, Paz. He's looked incredible right now with his aim. Really, really on the ball in today's matchup. Antares as well. Defends the angle. Gets through MSL, just telegraphs exactly his location. And dies because of it. This is a 12th round for Space Soldiers, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, 100%. And this is the force buy as well from North. Space Soldiers now go 12. 6 up. It may even go to 13-6 up when you factor in the fact that North are most likely going to be eco in this next round. We saw them go for the audacious double force by the end of the last half, but, you know, have they learned from their mistakes potentially? So, 12-6. Space Soldiers now doubling the scoreline from North. In terms of frags, can we see how many kills Paz is on right now, Matt? 26. What?
Paz is having a game.
Oh, mate, game of his life at this point.
That's huge, though. That is a really big impact. I mean, the names you expect to see are the ones in the middle. Antares, Calyx, Engin. You always expect to see them popping off, but Paz really, really bringing it home right now. That's wonderful to witness.
That is true. Well. What do you do if you're North? Paz is firing on all cylinders and landing each and every shot it seems. I mean, he's the driving force of that anti-force win. The second round with the Deagle landing all those headshots. So, MP9 for Calyx, Mac 10 for Major, 3 AKs will finish with the rest of the T-sided buy as North will indeed, in fact, go for the save. So, KRB, armor, 5-7. Could try and get a kill here, you know, retrieve an AK. He has armor to back up that rifle, so he could have an impact. But, you know, they're playing a game of chess here, playing a game of rock, paper, scissors, as North stack towards the B site. And with that Mac 10 onto Major, they're going to be feeling out the information they need to, as they might just work out that A is completely clear.
Well, that's the fact, right? As soon as Major goes out here with support of his teammate and Calyx, they now clear the site. You're going to realize pit's clear. You're going to be like, all right, quick, get the bomb over, plant the bomb. From that point onwards, North have to either realize, what do we want to do? Do we want to push back in? At that point, just give them free cash bonus, which appears to be the way it's going to go. As they do run back round, they actually do slay Major. But Calyx is there. He could just hold a tight angle with the MP9. Actually want to fall back and try and save, but he gets killed by MSL. They're keeping it quite close into this at least, but now the AKs get a chance to play. As they do slay the opposition, Valde really bringing it down to the wire though. It's a 2v2 here. As they're pushing in and trying to fight through. AZ should just save the AK and get out of there. And Valde can try and be a bit of a nuisance on the exit.
It's true. But he can try and find some exit frags here, as you said. AZ is low as he's saving the AK, but one frag there for Valde. Zentara's on 100 HP, so he may actually die to the bomb exploding, coming from behind as Valde. Obviously no kit, no time, as it will go 13, but can maybe try and get the AK, but no, just going to die to the bomb explosion.
It doesn't matter though, that's quite nice. I mean, you kill everyone on the side of Space Soldiers at least, so the rebuy comes through and they don't get a crazy ballooned inflated economy. Whereas North get one free AK and AZ. They're then going to reinvest around that and buy up and go back into it for this round. But we get into round number 20 now. 6 rounds on the board for North. GG.bet. Space Soldiers with 13.
Yeah, I much prefer the North GG.bet and not the, you know, whereas .gg.bet.
Yeah, like the second dot.
Yeah. Ooh. My. They're all blinded towards the B side, it seems. KRB, MSL. This is the tag team dynamic and chemistry I was talking about the prelude before the game started and how good they are at Banana. The flashbangs are perfect, the timing's perfect. As the former Dignitas pair annihilate Engin, Paz, and Zentaras and leave a trail of bodies towards B.
Yeah, everyone on the ground towards Banana. MSL reboosts AZ as well to try and clear up over. Major going to be coming in, finds that kill though. Major raring to go now. Grouped up with Calyx. This is still quite a scary feat as it falls into a 3v3, but it's just the one-man defense, and AZ needs to go wild into the round, but he misses, baited out there. That was smart by Major as he went for the initial jump face, but then crouches back down. Calyx will kill him as he peeks. Bomb gets planted. Calyx somehow stays alive, eventually will fall, and Major's left for the clutch. He's already got 2 frags. He needs to double that up and get 4 as the push will come round. Slowly falls back ever so slightly. They're going to smoke Banana. He has no utility, only his AK. And his natural skill, but he knows the location of the bomb. Spams it to force Mertz off, but Mertz will eventually kill him. Defuse will come through now. As it goes 7 of 13. All off the back of an early attack towards Banana that found 3 frags from MSL and Kirby.
But I mean, they still got the bomb down though. 4 versus 2. Obviously MSL KRB going 3 for 1 towards Banana. Space Soldiers most likely going to be avoiding a fast play towards B at this point after that sort of display. But 13-7, round number 21, and the buy is still there, especially as well when you factor in the additional $800 per player with the bomb going down. But, you know, remember what Valde did in the last round before this on their eco. He found the remaining 2 frags on the players on the site from Space Soldiers, so their money was low. And Major flashed in towards Banana. Finds the dink. That will be it. Trying to get aggressive. He knew that North were playing top Banana. He thought that he could flash them and try to get that frag with the Mac 10, hoping that one of them did not have head armor. But now, 4 versus 5. They know MSL is low, so maybe they can try to exploit that.
Zentaras. He now goes for the play-in. I mean, MSL is left only on 12 HP, as he was nearly killed by Major there with the aggression that came out with that Mac 10. They do get themselves up for this push. MSL on the heightened angle. He's low, and Space Soldiers, they tend to clear this. Paz will always make sure no one's in the position when they do go round. Zentara's on the first phase, but didn't expect it. MSL will kill him. Molotov gets messed up there as well as the flash push comes back through. You kill MSL, but a big dink onto Paz from Kirby. As it is a 5 versus 3. Bomb is down, but they're all playing grouped up in close angles. It's going to be a hard-fought fight now for Space Soldiers to save this round. Kirby and Co. attempt to mount their retake. They've got utility. Tons of flashbangs, but have they got the confidence? When's the timing going to spark the push? Molotov's going to be lobbed out. Engin playing on the close angle by Garden. He needs to hold him back. Goes for the flash peek and gets the kill on Kirby. Ready for more as he hears them thunderfooting their way around, but he couldn't defend it. Miertz with one AZ with a second. Valde for the final blow. They jump on the bomb.
They have no
can't
kit.
win it. They do have a kit,
okay,
but it's too late.
No, he's got it.
Ooh. Very, very close there.
That was close. 13-8. Space Soldiers seconds away from securing their 14th. As MSL, with the boost towards CT, does just enough to overthrow Space Soldiers. You know, he's down to low HP, he was dinked up. Kirby found the first frag onto Major with the top banana position. Falls back, has the off angle, which means he can go 1-for-1 even though he's on 10 HP. Turns into a 4 versus 3. Obviously, Space Soldiers use so much utility to get in towards the B-bomb site. They're left with nothing left once the retake does begin. 13-8 now. And it's going to be the quasi-bind coming up from Space Soldiers, as they are only 3 rounds away from the aforementioned 16 and gaining the win here in Inferno. And remember, they had the 2 to 1.7 odds, Jack. I said that was a bit, okay, a bit strange. And this is why Space Soldiers right now in such hot form.
As they get rid of this push out towards the A site. See if they can actually try and drag this one out a little bit longer. Force it out. I mean, Space Soldiers, they've been finding success in a lot of rounds. Calyx going to set himself up with a smoke. You've got double smoke, sorry, one smoke, double flash. As they'll use that to try and get themselves the attack in towards the site. Miertz, though, will he be able to pop out? Playing anti-flash right now, going to be listening for those footsteps as he faces where the push comes in. He's so blind. Xantares with the first. Miertz eventually gets a frag, but he's going to be traded back upon as it's a 2v2. The bomb's down. Space Soldiers so quick on the aggression into this round. MSL and Kirby, the duo. But is it going to work out for them? Flashbang peek from MSL. Calyx not affected. Lands the frag. Oh, and the second as well. Calyx dominant stuff from the Beast.
Clinical headshots there towards the A site, denying the retake from North. And now 14-8. North have been reset. They will go for the force though, Jack. MP7 for MSL. Kirby on just a deagle. CZ for Valde as well. They have, you know, 1 rifle, or 2 if you factor in the FAMAS as well for Miertz, but in terms of pure firepower, it's not the best. So, Space Soldiers, once again, no AWP. And T-side Inferno, actually, when you don't usually see the primary AWPers have the most impact, actually does, you know, lend quite well to Space Soldiers. It's usually the CT side AWPers on the Inferno that really run rampant and have their impact there. And the T side is more about the AKs getting up close, you know, taking map control of grenades, falling back into mid-late round executions once you've gained map control towards apartments, mid and banana. These AWPs are more profound in after plants, potentially. But leaving MSL alone towards the B site, things may be getting desperate here for North. They're going to be stacking 4 players towards A. MSL with just an MP7, as he's left to be at the hands of both Engin and also Xantares.
Oh. HE gets rolled at his feet. There's a little bit of damage to his toes as he'll be left on 80 HP. Valde and Co, though, playing the crossfire at close mid. As the push comes around, Pan's going to try and push in. He's got the Molotov to work with. So just wait for the correct timing, really, when the call is going to be made. Flashbang over, Calyx with the first frag. Miertz with the backstab on Paz, though, extends for more. Nearly nets it, but Major will take him down a peg. And it all really rides on MSL defending this B bomb site. Heightened angle, but the timing's awful for him. As the push now comes in. Domed by Xantares. The bomb will be planted. Kirby and AZ. At this point, just save it. You've got the M4. You can try and recover the weapon, which is the AK that fell from Paz at mid, and then just save.
Gonna have to at this point, aren't they? I mean, save the AK, save the rifle. They're gonna have a few bits of cash left to work with, but even then they can drop over. Depending on the round loss bonus. Can we see the scoreboard, please, Matt? So they've lost, yeah, they got reset. So $1,900 is all they're gonna have. I mean, Kirby can drop over a Scout or a UMP. Same goes for AZ, but you know, they're not dropping over FAMASs. They're not dropping over M4s. With Space Soldiers in the current form they're in, 26 kills for Paz, and he's had that for a few rounds here, so it feels like other players started to wake up, you know. Calyx, Engin, and so forth in the second half. As now it's 7 match points for Space Soldiers to claim map number 1 before it goes on Cobblestone, a map which they're notoriously so strong on.
Yeah, and that'd be really good for them as well, because then at that point, from winning this, they're already back at first place, as Na'Vi are only 1 point ahead of them, so 1 map win's all it takes to get you back at the top spot. If you 2-0 the series, that'll really firmly secure you into a nice position. Ooh. Face comes through, but Paz teaching AZ a lesson for trying to go for the confidence peak there.
It's true. Had to get aggressive, had to have the impact of his M4, but Mert's going to pick it up from the corpse of AZ and find impact with it himself. 2 towards A and 2 towards B here for North. There's MSL with the aggression towards Banana, peers through the smoke and finds the frag and the headshot onto Engin. And now he can actually isolate the bomb here. Switches out for the AK. Smoke will warden off the vision here from Space Soldiers towards the T-stairs, plus the bomb in the hands of both not MSL, maybe just KRB now. He maybe got a bit too aggressive there.
Valde trying to make his play through apartments, gets spotted out by Calyx there, as he eventually will take him down. And Space Soldiers, they need 2 more frags to win this one and take it in a 16-8 fashion and close it out, as that seems like how it's going to be going down, as Kirby and Mertz defending towards Banana. Sure, you've got bomb control, but you actually be able to find success in the round. I mean, Space Soldiers, they've got smokes, they've got tons of Molotovs as well. They can recover the bomb. It's not going to be that hard for them. Oh, but Kirby with the peek gets the first. They still haven't got the bomb just yet. They do smoke it. Kirby can go for the push straight through as well. Mertz with the headshot and Calyx. It's down to pass the clutch, but he's only got 3 HP on the peak. Mertz will deal with him as they keep themselves alive for at least another round minimum, as they pick that one up. But Space Soldiers, they can reinvest. They can buy and drop each other for this.
Early exchanges there into that last round. 4 versus 4 fairly early on, obviously. AZ with the mid-aggression. Mertz picks up that M4, gets the trade frag, falls back towards B. But the real star of the show was MSL with the perfectly timed aggression towards Banana. Isolates the bomb. And with it in their hands, they end up taking their 9th round. But they're still 6 behind, and not only are they 6 behind, but they need 6 in a row with no mistakes if they want to bring it back to overtime, as they can no longer win this in regulation, which doesn't bode too well for themselves, as obviously if it goes to overtime, it nullifies the amount of points you get for the victory from 3 to 2. So bomb still towards T-stairs, a much slower round here from Space Soldiers. Maybe they're starting to realize the reality that this could still go in Space Soldiers' favor.
Yeah, but Space Soldiers have still got a very efficient buyout. You've got quite a lot of rounds to win this in as well. Still running that classic default from Space Soldiers into the early game, as they're spread fairly thin between each other. Just waiting for the push to come around. Going to group up and then go for the strike on the A site. Potentially to the late round, but actually right now. Bomb drops back. Centaurus heads over. Groups with Engin. As they can try and go for this B attack.
Wow. Centaurus. Entry fragger here for Space Soldiers. Ready and waiting to make his move and show off his caliber of skill towards B. As MSL is the lone wolf, the lone and isolated defense in towards the B bomb site. Major lights things up towards A. Well, KRB's here, but is he too late, too far gone as already? Calyx finds 2. Major as well chimes in. 1 versus 5. Valde alone in towards the default 8 side. It seems like it will be destined to be a 16-9 scoreline in this one.
Yeah, that was sick from Calyx. Major as well. Really pivotal role into the round, as he basically completely cut off any rotations and kept them on the A site for so long. Finds those frags, does it. Space Soldiers take the win in Inferno as they pick up our first map here in the series versus North. Cobble is the second map, but right now Space Soldiers going to be setting themselves up for a 2-0, and those odds, not at the beginning of that.
Crazy, crazy. Obviously, we know North is very good in Inferno. We know that also Space Soldiers, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it, but it's really hard to make sense of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you've got to factor in as well. North right now are at the, what is it, GG Masters?
The LAN, right?
Yeah, they're at that LAN, so they're not even playing from their home setup. It's not as if it's like a normal online match where in the comfort of your own home, you know, everything's, you know, attuned to how you perfectly like it. Instead, they're playing at LAN at foreign tournaments. They must have just, you know, hopped off the plane essentially to Ukraine. So you add that in. You add in as well Space Soldiers number 2 right now. and they were the underdogs from the bookies.
Yeah, it's true. Crazy stuff, but Space Soldiers, they come through and prove they mean business anyhow, showing that not only do they deserve their number 2 spot, they now move up. They have number 1 once again, but let's see if they can defend it. There is a second map in this series that is going to be Cobblestone, and that'll be up after the break. But for the meantime, enjoy these spectacular highlight kills. Quite a lot of pads just going wild.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, MSI, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Incendiary out.